Welcome back into the 143.
What's up, everybody? Episode
18. And
Who would have thought we'd make it this far?
We're just rolling, as usual,
are, baby.
every week.
We're cruising.
We have an episode every week for you. This is how dedicated we are. Nick and I will not be in the same place this upcoming week, which is when our episode will release. So we are recording this episode on the Friday before.
And it will drop Wednesday.
Like it normally does, because we are dedicated to our listeners. Dedicated.
That's right. That is facts.
And we have a good episode. Well, they're all pretty great, but we have some good topics for y'all. By the way, since it is Friday, I think we should give a shout out to the Mavs last night, winning Game 6.
Yep.
On Thursday night.
To Game 7.
We have, since it's Friday, Game 7 will be on Sunday. So we're not going to talk about the Mavs today because whatever happens on Sunday,
this episode drops,
the Mavs will be in the conference finals. Yeah. Hopefully. Anyways, we're going to talk about the NFL schedule release because it released last night, and there's some good stuff to talk about. So let's just kick it off with the stat of the week and dive right into it as we normally do. This stat of the week is brought to you by Andrews Logistics, one of our main sponsors. You've heard about them a lot. Very reliable logistics company out of Dallas, Texas. Have a lot of companies all around nationwide.
I hear something about a new intern.
That's
coming in this summer. Supposedly supposed to turn everything around. I don't know. That's just what I hear. That's the word. You
would have heard correctly, but we can't comment on that at this time because it's not official yet. Anyways, our stat is about the Kansas City Chiefs making history with their NFL schedule. They are the first team to have their first 8 matchups against teams that had a winning record last season. So they're basically playing 8 solid teams right off the bat. So half their schedule with a winning record. So I mean, good luck to them. Their first game is against the Chargers. So that'll be a tough one. You got Chargers.
That'll be a fun game to
Bucks,
watch.
Bills, Titans, Chargers, Bengals. So, I mean, you're looking at some pretty good matchups there. Be some exciting games. I do not think the Chiefs will win all of them because they are not as good this year. But making that made history. First 8 games against teams with winning records previous season. So, good luck to the Chiefs on that. That is the stat of the week brought to you by Andrews Logistics.
Now for our player of the week. So, in light of being Dallas Cowboys fans, we're obviously going to have to talk about the Cowboys schedule. Just go ahead and give our player of the week to Micah Parsons. Hopefully, he does not fall into the sophomore slump like Leighton Vander Esch did. He's going to have to lead us to success because
he's the only good player
we definitely are going to need it this upcoming season. But I am expecting Micah Parsons to be just as good, if not better, than he was this past season. But there's your player of the week. Micah Parsons.
Micah's got a lot of pressure on him this year. But I think he'll rise up and conquer.
Rise above. He
is the king of the jungle. He'll
silence the noise. Okay.
Let's just jump right into talking about the Cowboys schedule. Nick, what are some notable matchups, things that you see? First of all, what's your overall takeaway on this schedule? Our matchups that we have coming up.
Okay, so I see this matchup. Okay, our schedule.
Okay.
I feel like we have the opportunity to have a similar record to what we did last year.
If not
similar.
If not better.
Because I see, obviously, we should have every year we should have 6 easy wins. Okay?
Against the divisional teams.
So yes, our division games, right? Obviously, the Commanders 2-0. We'll do that to them again.
We need to.
Same thing with the Giants. So I see that as 4-0 right there.
Eagles
are going to be tough. I don't see us losing both games. I see us at worst splitting them.
Okay, I agree.
And then we've got the Texans. We've got the Jags. We've got the Lions. We've got the Bears, the Vikings. Those are all wins, in my opinion.
Agreed.
Tough games are going to be obviously the Bucks, the Bengals.
Yeah, we might start off the season 0-2.
The Rams, the Titans, and the Colts.
I think
we can beat the Rams. I think we can beat the Colts.
I think it's doable to go 1-1 in those first two games. Bucks, Bengals.
Think so, yeah.
I think we could at least take one because they're both at home.
Yeah.
And I know we stink playing at home for some reason, but maybe this season we'll turn that around and actually use the home field advantage.
But, like, I'm looking at our schedule, and to me, it looks, I don't want to say easy.
Every game is winnable.
I don't want to say
every
easy,
game is
but, like,
winnable.
I'm looking at it, and we could have a very, very good record. We do play the Packers this season.
That's a
at
game
Lambeau,
that everyone is
which is
highlighting.
going to be a fun one to watch.
Everyone's highlighting that game. First of all, the Packers this season, beatable, very beatable. They only have Aaron Rodgers, and that's
They
it.
lost their
They
best
lost
player.
Zadarius Smith on defense. They lost pretty much every name player they had, except for Aaron Rodgers. Except it's in Lambeau, and also Mike McCarthy's first time back since he got fired by Aaron Rodgers. I mean the Packers, but it was Aaron Rodgers that fired him. So maybe a revenge game. Maybe he has some fire going into that game. Probably not, but maybe, just maybe. Mike McCarthy is the most boring head coach in the NFL.
He just doesn't get hype.
It's not really a hot take.
I wouldn't say it's a hot take.
Yeah,
That's
it's just true.
A good take, if you ask me.
But also, I want to say Bucks Bengals, first two games. We are looking at teams that are coming off season. It's just teams like right off the bat are not always good. So if we could capitalize on that and somehow win these games, like if you remember last season, we came out and almost beat the Bucks in Tampa. If we could have a similar game and close it out this time, I mean, I think if we take one win out of either one of those games, that'll be good for me. I'll be good with that.
I think the Bengals are beatable as well. Obviously.
They are.
And like you said, at the beginning of the season, no one is really in their groove yet. So I think that would be a good opportunity for us to capitalize. And then
I'm looking first 6 weeks. We have 3 divisional games.
So that I was looking at the divisional games.
October 16th, we are going to Philly to play them. So that'll be. It's just Philly's a tough place to play in, but we should.
Obviously, Philly
it'll
made
be warm.
a lot of good offseason moves, so that makes them a tougher team to beat. But like we said before, I don't see us dropping both games. I
Trayvon
see us
locks
at
up
worst
AJ.
dropping one.
AJ Brown's also very injury prone, so we don't even know if he's gonna be available for those games.
Facts.
Miles Sanders also injury prone. So obviously, like you said, we have a lot of easy games. Should be easy games. We have the entire NFC North. So like Packers, Vikings,
Lions,
and Bears. So that's 3 wins, and hopefully we beat the Packers.
Right.
And then we have the entire AFC South, where it's Jags, Titans, Colts, and
Texans.
So that's 2 easy wins, maybe 2 more, maybe 1 more, depending on how we do there. But again, like we said at the beginning of, I guess we didn't start the podcast till the postseason, but like me and Nick were saying at the beginning of last season, all you got to do, win the division. Get into the playoffs, all you got to do is win the division.
Right.
We have a trash division, so just win the division.
That is very, very doable.
If we go 10-7 but still win the division, I mean, we worry about the playoffs at that point. So obviously we'll be roasting the Cowboys if we go 10-7, but like I said, just win the division. That's the key for
Whenever
the Cowboys.
I see the Vikings on the schedule, I always get excited because we don't even need Dak for that game.
No,
we beat him last year with Cooper Rush. We beat him the year before that with Andy Dalton. Mm-hmm. So we just need a backup quarterback for when we go to Minnesota.
I agree. Again, every year the Cowboys have a very manageable schedule.
We get
a very manageable
super
schedule.
duper high expectations, and then they just get absolutely shattered. I feel like the expectations were almost met. Like that was the closest that they were last year, but then we just went and lost the first playoff game.
We peaked in the middle of the season, and I need us to peak in the playoffs. So
I feel like the injury
to Dak
is kind of what killed him because
that's true.
He was playing good all at the beginning of the season, and then he got injured, and he was just super duper inconsistent. He was up and down for the rest of the season, and then obviously that meant round 1 exit.
Yeah, another thing I'm looking at is I think this year we could finally get a win on Thanksgiving.
Yes,
because we're playing the Giants.
Woohoo!
So we're not.
Last year we lost to the Raiders.
Also we got kind of lucky. Last year we had to play the whole AFC West, and not this year.
Oh yeah,
very lucky on that.
We would have gotten we'd get piped.
Like we've been saying, any AFC West game matchup that you can watch this season, watch it because it will be good. The whole division is loaded, and I'm so glad we're not in that division.
Yes, if we had that this year,
that'd be 4 losses on the schedule.
0-4.
So yeah, I think the Cowboys again.
Which hey,
easy manageable schedule. I could see 12-5 again, maybe 11-6, but I would not accept anything underneath that. But if it happens and we win the division, so be it.
Well, because let's see. So we had 6. So that's 6 division wins, right? Possibly. Okay.
It should be.
And then Houston and Jacksonville. That's 8. Detroit 9. Chicago. I say Chicago 10.
Minnesota 11.
Minnesota 11. And then
you got the harder games with the Bengals, Bucks, Rams, Packers, and the Titans.
But those are
Colts.
But those are 11 that we could easily win right there. And then obviously those.
The Dallas Cowboys though,
those tough ones.
The Dallas Cowboys. Don't look at your schedule. Look at week 1. Get ready for week 1. Then after that, get ready for week 2. All right, we will do the overview of the schedule for you.
Y'all just worry about winning
week
the game that is at hand that week.
Because y'all stink at looking at big picture. Jerry Jones, don't talk to the media until the season's over, please.
Or just not at all.
Or just never. Never talk to the media. Go talk to your daughter, who you just found out you had.
Yeah.
Actually, he knew about it. We won't talk about that. But. All right. Now, that's the Cowboys schedule. Let's look up
Moving on.
You like any of these matchups that you see? Maybe other matchups, teams that you like.
Okay.
That you're excited to see, other than the AFC West matchups. Obviously, those will all be good.
Obviously, I know the Seahawks are garbage, but
you're looking at week 1.
I am excited to see Russell Wilson's return to Seattle.
I love that. That's the first Monday Night Football matchup.
Yep.
That'll be hype.
That will be a fun one to watch.
And it's at Seattle. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, Seattle's got nothing but love for Russell.
Seattle is garbage, but
the Broncos will
it'll be like a welcome home type game. So, because obviously, you said, Seattle has a lot of respect for Russell because he's part of the reason why they were so good for, that Legion of Boom era. Obviously, he was at the head of the ship or whatever.
Yes, he was.
So I am excited to see that game. Obviously, the Broncos will probably dookie
the Broncos
on the
need
Seahawks,
to take care of business there. Yeah.
It'll still be cool to watch.
There's a lot of pressure on the Broncos this year. A lot of people have them picked to go to the Super Bowl. I know I was hoping they'd go to the Super Bowl. So, I mean, we'll see.
Already running into some issues, though. Jerry Jeudy.
Oh, that's true.
Issues with the law.
I will say, though, I mean, Courtland Sutton, Tim Patrick, they're pretty good. I don't think they need to be worried.
That lethal receiving
Also, Jerry Jeudy's misdemeanor. I don't really know what Jerry Jeudy's problem was or what he did.
I don't even know what that means.
Misdemeanor doesn't normally mean.
It was like tampering with something of domestic
property. It sounded like it was like an ex-girlfriend, ex-wife sort of deal, and he did something to the property, but it wasn't.
There was a lot of words in the article, and I just needed pictures because that would have made everything easier to understand.
They had us on a senior reading level. We need it down on a sixth grade reading level. I need it on a third grade reading level. Oh, a third grade reading level.
Just show me the pictures, all right?
I'm gonna say one matchup I'm really looking forward to: Chiefs Bucks Sunday Night Football Week 4. It's because it's the first matchup between these two, Patty Mahomes, Tom Brady, that we've seen since the Super Bowl when the Chiefs just fell apart. And it's at the Bucks, and let's just be honest, the Bucks aren't as good, and the Chiefs aren't as good anymore. So that should be kind of cool to see. Also, it's kind of like one of those, old generation, new generation type games where I don't know, I can't see Brady coming back after this year. He just inked a super big contract with Fox to be an analyst. I feel like this is his last year. I could be wrong. He's turning 45. This is when he said he wanted to play.
He's still in his prime. He's still playing.
If he comes out this season and the Bucks just aren't good, very good at all, I feel like he's done.
Yeah.
If he wins another Super Bowl, he's probably done too. I don't see him winning another Super Bowl.
I'm looking at the Chiefs' schedule. It's pretty
tough.
I'm glad that the Cowboys do not have that schedule. Let's just put it that way.
Chiefs Bills, that game.
That will be a fun
another
one to
rematch
watch.
between, and that'll be a very offensive game.
As it was last year in the playoffs.
I like Rams Chargers Week 17. That'll be that's another Sunday Night Football one. Although I don't know if at that
Battle of
point
the
we're
LA
like
teams.
sitting our starters or whatever. And then Browns Dolphins. That could be a good game. Honestly, that's week 10. See, by then we'll know. I don't know what Deshaun Watson. I don't know if he's playing or not.
I
playing.
have no idea what their quarterback situation is.
Because they haven't let go of Baker, but he's not going to play. And then Deshaun could get suspended for a while.
Yeah, I really have no idea. Who knows what they got going up there in Cleveland?
Yeah, I think any AFC, possibly any AFC North matchup
Would be a fun one.
will be a good one. I think the Steelers just have a good defense. I don't think their offense
Speaking
is that
of Cleveland, Jarvis Landry is still out there. Dallas?
Nicholas.
Go pick him up.
Nicholas, that would be
please.
smart.
Yeah,
That would be a smart move.
Yeah,
We don't do smart.
we don't do smart moves.
I'm looking at these notable matchups online, and this one website has Bills and Lions as a notable matchup.
Okay.
Yeah, don't see that one.
Who posted?
That's the Thanksgiving Day matchup.
Oh.
Ooh, Bengals Bills. I just remember that. Week 17, Bengals and Bills. That'll be cool because that'll be a very offensive game as well. Any of these AFC matchups, they're just good. Like I'm kind of excited to see those.
Yeah, because obviously the AFC is now way more powerful than the NFC. And obviously it was flipped last year. It was NFC AFC.
And then
AFC.
Week 15, Pats Raiders. That'll be Josh McDaniels going up against Bill Belichick, his like mentor for Josh McDaniels was a huge part of the Patriots dynasty, and now he's head coach of the Raiders. I think the Raiders take that one, but I think that'll be a really good matchup. I think this season it's very exciting because there were so many off-season moves that we've talked about for weeks on this show.
So much has happened, and I think that will, yes, like you said,
it's good
make
for the league.
Games way more fun to watch because obviously there's a lot. I think there are a lot more notable games this season than there were last year.
Yes.
Or going to be.
Well, you can never predict what's going to happen. So maybe teams that we think are going to be good are going to be bad. Yeah. Teams that you think are going to be bad could be good. I don't see. I think the one of the big wild card teams that are going to go either way are the Dolphins. I think they're either going to be like pretty good or they're going to be not great. I don't like their head coaching hire. The offensive coordinator out of San Francisco.
They made some.
He didn't even call the plays for.
They've gotten good players, but obviously, like you said, the coaching is. I don't
understand.
Really see that one, but
like offensive coordinator from San Francisco, he doesn't even call the plays. Kyle Shanahan does.
Maybe they know something we don't.
That's true. I will say that head coaching hire was purely based off the lawsuit, and I'm not going to go into that, but everyone knows that was based on the lawsuit. And then Ravens, Bengals. I think any Bengals matchup will be exciting. Everyone's got their eye on the Bengals this year because they're going back.
Just trying to see
they want to go back.
Recreate what they did last year.
Ooh.
I don't know. That's going to be tough.
Packers and Bills, week 8.
Go Bills.
Josh Allen silence the Packers, hopefully.
Please.
Obviously the Packers are a big football franchise. They're maybe second to the Cowboys in terms of just like, maybe Steelers. I don't know. The Packers, Cowboys, Steelers, not in that order. It's Cowboys, Packers, Steelers, are kind of like the 3 most historical franchises.
Yeah.
And the Giants are up there too. But anytime the Packers are up, they'll be watched. But like, I don't know. I don't think the Packers will be that good this year. Obviously they're kind of like the Cowboys in terms of they're going to win their division.
Well, yeah,
because their division's not good. But then hopefully they get to the playoffs in their first round exit. And I want Aaron Rodgers to retire soon so we can stop having to watch him.
Well, dude, that's why I'm glad Devontae Adams is on the Raiders now because I wanted to root for him because he was so good, but like I just couldn't because he was a Packer. But
I'm super.
Now that he's on the Raiders, I get to root for him, and we got that Fresno blood.
Dude, Derek Carr.
The Fresno connection. Derek Carr.
I can't
Devontae
wait
Adams.
for these Ravens games, dude. Raiders games. I'm sorry. That was my bad. But the Raiders games, dude, Raiders, Broncos, anytime they're playing, that'll be fun.
The Raiders have a good offense. Obviously, defense is
I don't think their defense is that great.
Struggling a little bit, but they got Devontae Adams, Darren Waller, Josh Jacobs, Hunter Renfrow, and Derek Carr.
I think, I might be wrong, but there's a solid chance that both wild cards come out of the AFC West. What do you think about that?
I could possibly see that happening.
Because here's the thing. I don't think the Chiefs win the division. I think
they'll
be a wild card.
It'll be Chargers or Broncos.
And then the other one's got to be like a wild card. They're not going to be bad. And then the Raiders, like you can't count the Raiders out. So I think possibility that 3 of the teams make it to the playoffs.
That I could see that happening. I think that would be really, really cool. Obviously, the AFC West, I think that's one of the strongest divisions, if not the strongest.
I think it goes AFC West, AFC North, then NFC West, because you have the Packers. I'm sorry, not the Packers. The Rams, the Niners, the Seahawks aren't good, and then the Cardinals. They're the other wild card team. I think they could go either way. I think they'll be decent in the regular season.
They've got 3 good teams, and then obviously just the Seahawks.
Yeah, and the Seahawks don't know what they're doing right now. Yep. I think the Seahawks should go out and get Baker. I know Baker's not that good, but they don't have a real starting quarterback right now.
You're seriously going to go into the season with Drew Lock and Geno Smith?
And then they drafted...
I don't think that's a good idea.
They drafted someone. I don't remember who it was. Yeah, they're not going to be good. I don't remember either. They're going to be terrible. Stinks for Noah Fant and DK Metcalf. Rip their careers.
Especially Noah Fant, because he's like, let's go. The Broncos just got Russell Wilson. Oops. They traded him for me.
Yep. Sorry, dude. But I think I'm looking forward to this NFL season, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Schedule's looking great. Dude, the Sunday night football matchups, they're going to be good. Mm-hmm. And then the Monday night, some of those are going to be good. Of course, the Cowboys Monday night football matchup is against the Giants. Like, I don't know how that's going to be that exciting, but, it's whatever.
It's just a classic, I guess, Cowboys-Giants.
Dallas, need y'all to show up. I need y'all to show up. Nick made an interesting point the other night.
The decision.
All the other Dallas teams are making the playoffs.
That's what I said.
We need Dallas to make it. The Mavs and the Stars are in.
Who else? What was that?
Stars, the Mavs.
Stars, Mavs.
Cowboys made it last season, but this year, 2022, we need y'all to make the playoffs. Rangers also need to make the playoffs.
That's why if the Rangers make the playoffs this year, then that means...
Big if.
That means that the Cowboys will definitely make the playoffs this year because that means it is the year of
Dallas breeds champions. You heard it here first. Scotty Chef won the Masters. That's pretty much it. Well, champions. Okay, and Stafford and Kershaw. Mm-hmm. But they're not on the Dallas teams.
Hey.
See, homegrown.
They were
homegrown.
Groomed here. Okay?
Homegrown,
They've got Dallas blood in them.
Yes, they do.
Okay.
But yeah, super excited for these matchups. Super excited for the season. Go get them, Cowboys.
Yes, sir. And here's we like to end our shows with a little quote of the day for you. This one is brought to you by our player of the week, Micah Parsons.
The GOAT.
Nicknamed the Lion. So that's where this is coming from. The lion is always hungry. Ain't that the truth? We need you to be hungry this season.
Micah,
and we need
step
you
up.
to eat.
I need you to play every position that you can, including quarterback and running back.
The lion is a predator, just like Micah, the fastest man alive.
Agreed.
In the NFL.
Thank y'all for tuning in this week. We hope you have a great week.
We will
look forward to this NFL season, baby, because it's going to be good. We are hype. We will see y'all next week. This is Under Review, signing off for now.